Hey guys, this is Mario, HTOMario, and most of you know me as a Grandmaster Terran mech player. I play every single race to Grandmaster level. My highest has been random to rank 26, I believe, and I do this on I want to say half a year basis, every 6 months or so. But I'm thinking about doing it more, and I was thinking on what the appeal would be if I started doing some YouTube videos with the other races as well, and kind of turn my channel into a multi-racial YouTube channel. More random games, definitely for sure. More emphasis on diversity, so more bio, more Zerg, more Protoss, and just see what the overall community response is. In this specific game, we've gone ahead and played the Protoss race. It's pretty fun. I really like diversity. Sometimes it gets really frustrating to play one race a lot in practice. But at the moment, we're just going to go ahead and play some Protoss in this specific game. Now, one of the things I like about the Protoss race is that it feels alien. I mean, it's based off aliens, but it feels alien. It feels nice, displaying something different that like here in the supply depots, and I really like the sentries. They're very nice units, just overall between force field and hallucinations and guardianship. I really like utility units. I guess you could say that's why I like ghosts a lot. I don't really like the Raven that much; it's a little too strong. But I like ghosts, and I like ravens to a degree. Investors, I really like utility units. So. If you see a little bit of rendering, a little bit choppiness in the frame, forgive me. I'm also running some important software. If it gets too bad, I'll redo the video. But in this specific case, we open up with a pylon. Now remember, we did spawn as random, so the opponent doesn't really know what we're going for. So some of them scout early. It was a very early scout. I mean, it was like right after starting my gateway, so I went ahead and checked the natural. I wanna I want to be sure about, maybe making sure I'm not being too rex before I drop my double gas geyser. One of my favorite Protoss openers is the 13 gateway. I was about to say barracks. 13 gateway and then double simulator. And then into another pylon. This is one of my favorite openers, just in general, just as to open, because you can do almost anything from here. All you gotta do is deny the probe. Um, from here, we're actually, sending to our workers a little bit slow, because I like to personally do it after I drop the cybernetics core, just for that slight mineral boost. And what BKT AlisoN is doing here, I actually don't like that. I think that using your worker to attack the probe that often is actually a bad idea. There's not much you can scout besides what's in the gas, and I mean, I feel like you stayed a bit too early. Came a little bit too early, stayed a bit too early. Overall, there really wasn't much that probe could have been doing. So we go ahead and just mine some minerals, mine some gas. What we're gonna go for is a sentry to expand this game. Sometimes I like to open up Stargate or Blink, but I also like to really focus on the macro play. I like to play macro Protoss or Terran. So that's what we're gonna be focusing on here. Now we've started the mothership core and the stalker, so we're gonna go ahead and go into all the gas geysers. I like to get a little bit of extra minerals until I've started it too, along with the, warp gate, and then I like to drop my next side. I feel like I can delay the warp gate just a little bit, because I'm fairly confident in what's going on. I mean, we did drop a proxy pylon, but the only reason we did that is because we were going to need a pylon, and we wanted one out on the map just in case, and then we got the watchtower, trying to make it inconspicuous. And in that specific location, we can see like oracles flying out from that direction, and just it's a pretty good scout on the map for drops or oracles or war prisons. Now we're currently boosting out sentries. We really want a sentry kind of early, and the reason you want the sentry early is so you can use the hallucination to go ahead and scout your opponent with. There's a robotics facility. So the sentry into robotics facility, like the sentry provides you a lot of scouting, and then for the robotics you can either get an observer, or you can go ahead and get immortals for defense, because you're cutting a lot of corners, you're delaying your gateways a lot. So that's kind of what we're going with for here. We are also getting more stalkers, so I don't want too many sentries. To be honest, I only really want one at this moment, because whatever is coming is a tech-based thing. I mean, we see that there's no expansion, we got our stalker kind of poking around. We know that it's a tech-based attack, or something of the likes. I mean, in this situation, he's going for a proxy pylon. We actually supply blocked ourselves a little bit here. We mistimed our chrono boost. Our nexus was actually a little bit late, so that was our mistake. We didn't remember that it was a little bit late with the chrono boost. So another stalker coming out. I'm actually chrono boosting out the stalker. The reason for that is that I know the warp gate was finishing, but I knew with the chrono boost I could get it halfway, and then gone ahead and got the warp ins, which would have given me a slightly faster now unit over. You know, it would have delayed my other unit, but this one would have been slightly faster, and I did it because I knew that he was being on the aggressive, so I just had to be careful. I did lose some stuff, and this is definitely not in favor, but he sticks around a little bit too much up top. I'm not sure what he's doing in this location. Although I do think we would have held with the same or more units saved, because the Immortal was gonna pop out, you know, he might have sniped like a Ripper or two, which is fine. He definitely should have gotten out of there. But in this situation, we're in a nice spot. We drop a pylon outside of the, you know, at the natural, so we can warp in kind of close. We don't want to put it too far forward. Keep our observer right outside the range of the photon overcharge to give it that extra, you know, like vision, and kind of keep an eye on what's going on. He was able to snipe some workers or some stalkers, and that was unfortunate. We didn't really micro it very well. So we got 2 Immortals now. We're still pumping out Immortals. We know he has Blink, and we know that Dark Templar is a possibility, but we already have 1 Detector, and right now we're not attacking, so we only need 1. Pop the Overcharge, attack, you know, the Stalkers, try to micro with the Immortal that he's focusing his attack. But he does end up sniping 1. I still think that we're in a fine position, because we're on 3 gateways, and for a while we've known that he hasn't had an expansion, and I don't believe that he still has. We're fairly confident, like we're target firing the weak Immortals or the weak stalkers. We're fairly confident that we were in a really good spot, because of the delayed expansion he would have only been able to afford 3 or 4 gateways, and in this case it was definitely 4. So if they go for 4 gates, there's no follow-up tech where afterwards they can really do if they don't deal a significant amount of damage. If they go for 3, they can still kind of tech out of it, but it's not as big of an investment, but it's definitely a big investment. So we knew that once we killed kind of the forward pylon, we had the army to move forward and be a bit scary until he's had a few more warp-ins and his stalker count was a lot higher. You know, so once we kill this, then there's a lot less counterattacks and we can be a lot safer, grab our double gas, and maybe go for a second robo or even a Stargate and switch it up into like some Phoenix play, like a Mortal Phoenix. I really like a Mortal Phoenix. Or we can go into like a Robo Colossi. I really also like 6 Immortal, 6 Colossi, then Stalker Archon. It's one of my favorite compositions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this and you want more Protoss videos as a Protoss player, go ahead and tell me. Drop a comment down below. There will be this specific replay is going to be in the chat. And have fun, guys. Thanks for watching.